Faced with an enemy that he could not conquer on his own, King Asa prayed the following prayer, which was recorded in 2 Chronicles 14:11. Then Asa called to the Lord his God and said, Lord, there is none like you to help the powerless against the mighty. Help us, Lord our God, for we rely on you, and in your name we have come against this vast army. Lord, you are our God. Do not let mere mortals prevail against you. And then continuing with verses 12 and 13, we read, the Lord struck down the Cushites before Asa and Judah. The Cushites fled, and Asa and his army pursued them as far as Gerar. Such a great number of Cushites fell that they could not recover. They were crushed before the Lord and his forces. The men of Judah carried off a large amount of plunder. Frederick Brotherton, better known as F.B. Meyer, a contemporary and friend of D.L. Moody and A.C. Dixon, was a Baptist pastor and evangelist in England, involved in ministry and inner-city mission on both sides of the Atlantic in the late 19th and early 20th centuries. He wrote, "Remind God of his entire responsibility. There is none beside thee to help." The odds against Asa were enormous. There was 1,000,000 men in arms against him, besides 300 chariots. It seemed impossible to hold his own against this vast multitude. There were no allies who would come to his aid. His only hope, therefore, was in God. It may be that your difficulties have been allowed to come to so alarming a pitch that you may be compelled to renounce all creature aid, to which in lesser trials you have had recourse, and cast yourself back on your almighty friend. And put God between yourself and the foe. To Asa's faith, Jehovah seemed to stand between the might of Zerah and himself, as one who had no strength. Nor was he mistaken. We are told that the Ethiopians were destroyed before the Lord and before his host, as though celestial combatants flung themselves against the foe in Israel's behalf, and put the large host to rout, so that Israel had only to follow up and gather the spoil. Our God is Jehovah of hosts, who can summon unexpected reinforcements at any moment to aid his people. Believe that he is there between you and your difficulty, and what baffles you will flee before him, as clouds before the gale. So put God between yourself and the foe, whatever that foe is in your life, because there is none like him to help. We hope that you will join us this Sunday for worship at the Village Church. Our worship times are at 9 and 11 a.m., and if you can't make it in person, you can worship with us anytime on our Facebook page or our YouTube channel, The Village Church at World Golf Village. And if you're traveling over this spring break or enjoying the golf out at TPC, please travel safely and enjoy that time with your family. Have a great weekend, church. Be blessed and be a blessing.